Professor Chambi Puranik, have you in the recent past heard anything as ridiculous and bizarre as this, serial offender, as in he shoots his mouth off, Yatnal? Have you ever heard of anyone speaking like this, Professor, sir?
I mean, it's very shocking because Yatnal is known for such kind of loose talks and also making irresponsible statements against top leaders, without knowing the background, because he is not a historian, he's a politician. So I think in the guise of his loyalty to RSS and BJP, probably he's trying to make use of this particular kind of incident, which is, I think in the past, it has been verified. And Nehru has nothing to do with it, because it's not to say that he's not only a loose cannon, but he's a very foolish person, idiotic person, I would say. Because as a responsible professor and student of history, and I don't think I have ever come across this. It's like that Subhash Chandra Bose missing and all that, and being a Baba and all that. That
yes.
kind of, that is okay. But this is, not only bizarre, but it's also a grave kind of offense. I think somebody should, the Congress or any other party, who is interested, or has respect for the personality of Gandhi, and also the kind of whatever
Nehru.
situation that was there, they should file a case against him. Because
yeah.
Yatnal is using this in order to appease his own BJP master. He said he has made a statement, Sudha, yesterday. We have our own core committee. He says our own core committee. Now, when the people say the high command is there, no, apart from high command, I have my own core committee. What does it mean? That means to say there is a kind of a pre-orchestrated or whatever the kind of conspiracy theories these people are patching out.
Exactly.
I think he wants to be more loyal to RSS than the original RSS people. Yatnal is a party jumper, like Ramesh Jarkiwadi.
Right,
I am not a party man. I have opposed Satya Prakash number of times on Congress. But on this point, I think Yatnal needs to be condemned, not only by Congress and other whatever well-meant intellectuals, but also the BJP should disown him. And BJP high command, or if not, the representative like Prahlad Joshi or anybody should say, Yatnal should keep his mouth shut, and he should never
Very strong words
because
coming from Professor Sir. He's being a student of history. So am I, by the way. And I think it's okay to differ with someone and say, I don't agree with this kind of a description. Or, I have found Romila Thapar sometimes writing something. I may not agree. It's fine. But this is completely bizarre and ridiculous. Satya Prakash, what is the Congress? Is the Congress planning to do anything on this?
Yeah, Sudha, we all know Yatnal comes from which Shaka? He comes from the RSS Shaka and is part of the BJP. We need to understand history, and I'm proud that, today Mr. Puranik, who is a known name in Mysore University in the Department of History, is with us. First of all, he should understand that there were 3 bullets, and people doubt about the 4th one, not the first one and the 3rd one. He doesn't know any history about it.
Yes.
Second thing is, there is a book written by Making of Nathuram Godse, the Gandhi Assassin by Dhirendra K. Jha. Very clearly, there are some, even Mr. Godse has accepted in court that I am an RSS Karyakarta. His brother was involved, Gopal Godse was there, Narayan Apte was there. All 3 people are RSS people, Swayam Sevaks who built RSS in Maharashtra. You just look at history. When before going to the gallows, Godse is asked, what is your last wish? He says, RSS has dumped me. RSS says I am no more a member of the RSS. Before going to the gallows, he sings Sada Vatsale. That song of RSS he sings, and that is documented in history. What is this Basanath Patil Yatnal speaking? There is no connection between his tongue and his brain.
And Satya Prakash, Satya Prakash, I have, for the benefit of the viewers, ladies and gentlemen, this is the case which was conducted after the assassination of the Mahatma in Lal Qila at the Red Fort. And amongst other things, I have just picked out the first paragraph and I want to read it out for you. At 5 p.m. in the evening of 30th January 48, Gandhi was shot point blank by...
Birla Mandir. It was at Birla Mandir.
Yes, Birla Mandir. No, the case was...
Correct.
No, the case was later tried not in Birla Mandir, sir. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that much, yeah. He says he was on his way to the dais for the prayer meeting, which he had continued. After firing 3 bullets, Nathuram Godse raised his hand with the gun and was caught red-handed. Mr. Yatnal's history Where is Mr. Yatnal learning his history from? He wants to make a point about Jai Bhim, Jai Bapu. Let him first read history and not some half-baked history on the history of this nation, because the Mahatma and Nehru belongs to all of us equally. Today they may be looking at Nehru as him and us, but they cannot forget that he is the first Prime Minister of independent India. Professor Puranik, I want to ask you that, the Congress, just now Satya Prakash spoke, but don't you think it is also an offense in a way to speak by casting aspersions on anyone like this on a murder charge? You can always ignore someone and say, okay, he doesn't know, leave him. But this is the first Prime Minister, Professor Sir.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate, because Nehru has, it's definitely, just because Modi has done much more things than Nehru like that, those are different times. Nehru's weakness was socialism. He wanted the public enterprises to come up and help with India to go. And economically, Nehru, we can differ with him. But also, to denigrate Nehru and his contribution, I think, people are taking such kind of bizarre, whatever kind of, mad positions.
Professor Sir,
case,
yeah.
I would say that in Yatnal's case, even Mohan Bhagwat should condemn and ostracize Mr. Yatnal and make his mouth shut. Because this is a very serious thing. I don't think media should give. I think media should not give more importance to this than a kind of joker or a foolish person making such a statement, beyond reason or comprehension of history. And
Satya,
I think that's the kind of thing he deserves. He wants to be chief minister. He wants to be BJP president. If this is the gentleman who is going to succeed AJ Vijayendra or anybody with the kind
God
of
help the
that is there in
BJP, yeah.
God save BJP.
History has documented, Sudha. History has documented the main conspirator.
I also join with you in saying that he has made an irresponsible statement, a statement which goes against all facts and the judicial norms and propriety of the judgment that is given against Godse. That's how I can say.
History has documented, Sudha, who is the chief main conspirator. Savarkar is the main conspirator. He said, what he said to Godse and Apte is very clear. Vijayi Bhava. The history has documented this history. There was not just Godse and Apte, there were 7 of them. Godse, Apte, Pahua was there. He got arrested just 10 days before, after throwing the bomb. There were 7 conspirators in total. Godse's brother was there. Gopal Godse was there. He got life imprisonment. You all know what has happened. Mr.
Patel, Parchure, Bagade.
Sardar Patel has documented it, saying why he banned RSS in 1948. Everything is documented.
But then Savarkar was let off because there was lack of evidence. This is not, of course, we know, for those who we all know it was Apte, Godse, Karkare, Badge, Pava, Shankar Kistaya, Gopal Godse, Vinayak Savarkar and Dattatreya Parchure. Of course, Savarkar was let off later, but because lack of evidence. But all
these people belong to which organization? Do they belong to INC?
But I want to ask you, what is the Congress? Sir, what is the Congress? Sir, let's not get in now. If we get into the history, Satya Prakash, I don't think I can also.
Nathuram Godse, as a tailor, because he failed in matriculation, started stitching knickers for RSS Sangh.
All right.
Please find out history.
Yeah. Then I'll go into Madan Mohan Malviya. Why do we want to go into ancient history, sir? Madan Mohan Malviya. Then I will go to Dr. Karan Singh. That for another. We'll meet one day over coffee. 3 of us will sit and talk about this. But right now, what is the Congress planning to do, Satya Prakash ji? What is the step?
I think we have to take this. We have to take this in a big way. This watermouth Yatnal should be taught a lesson for denigrating the India's first Prime Minister, the founding father of this nation, who built foundation for this great country. That time, whatever Mr. Puranik said, the socialist model was the model of that time. And afterwards, during 90s was, all this LPG and all came. Those days, LPG was not there. Liberalization, privatization, globalization was not order of the day. Today, whatever now.
But I have not seen many, Satya, I have not seen many reactions coming from the Congress party because the Belagavi is going on. I totally respect that.
I appreciate News9 and Sudha ji, you for taking up this issue. We will definitely take this up in a big way.
You have
I
to.
myself will write to the
Yeah,
AICC
you have
president.
to, because they are busy in Belagavi. I understand. I spoke to a few others. They said, give us time, but there has not been a strong reaction. This is bordering on the bizarre. I have 1 minute left. Professor Puranik, I want to ask you, I ask you again and again. Today there is a BJP meeting also at 7 o'clock, sir, for the next BJP chief in Karnataka. Why can't they get rid of Yatnal, sir? What is so great? Every day he is making statements which is bordering on the ridiculous and bizarre. What is he bringing to the table?
No, he has just a small group, in a kind of within the high command. There is a kind of think tank. They are not ideologues, but they are only strategists. These people are supporting him and they are using him. And Yatnal is so foolish; he will make such statements, irresponsible statements, without any evidence or sense of propriety or whatever justice or judgment that he should have in mind. So he has lost discretion. There is the world reason is not there in his brain. That's what I'm talking. He is only a fanatic. Only a fanatic can talk like this. And I think he will be worse than Godse if he says Nehru has orchestrated or managed this conspiracy against Gandhi. Why the first time? He should be given some award for the most maddest person in the world. And that's how I consider.